And if you don't mind, I am going to have some of this because this cooking is making me hungry. Hey world, welcome back to Nerdy Keith and welcome back to my kitchen, and even more importantly, welcome back to a brand new episode of What's Vegan In. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a very simple snack, smashed avocado on toast, but this is going to be a perfect smashed avocado with a little bit of an extra kick for a little bit of extra flavor. So let's do this. So our ingredients for this recipe is going to be, of course, some fresh sourdough bread. This next ingredient is optional, but it is really amazing if you have this with your smashed avocado, and that is a vegan cream cheese of your choice. I will be using Violife. It's one of my personal favorites, and it is so amazing, so tasty, so creamy. Alternatively, you could use either a vegan butter or you could use a nut butter, either a peanut butter or cashew butter. Although if you use a very strong tasting nut butter like peanut or even almond, it does kind of take away that flavor just a little bit. So you might want to consider something like a cashew butter, which is not as overpowering. It's a nice mild flavored nut butter, and you're still going to get all those flavors of the avocado and all our other ingredients in there. It's a good choice. And naturally enough, we are going to be needing a ripe avocado. Do make sure they're ripe by giving a gentle squeeze to make sure that the inside of the shell is nice and soft. If it is not ripened and it's going to be very hard, it's going to be pretty difficult to mash that up, and it's not going to taste very good as well. You're not going to get that same experience, so do make sure they are ripe. I also like to combine my smashed avocado with some cherry tomatoes. I usually cut these into quarters and throw them into the smashed avocado mixture. It's a really good combination, and it just gives you a little extra flavor and extra texture. For our seasoning, we're going to start off with some Himalayan salt and some freshly ground black pepper, just to give it a little punch. And to give it that extra bit of flavor, I'm going to be using some freshly squeezed lime juice. You can alternatively just buy some lime juice bottled in a shop. A lot of supermarkets do sell these, and literally throw in like about a teaspoon of lime juice into your smashed avocado mixture. It just gives it a really nice bit of extra flavor, and it's a really good option. And some final bit of seasoning is gonna be some chili powder. So we're gonna jump straight into removing our avocado from its shell. You start off with the stone, and you literally get a spoon and you are dragging that spoon around your stone like so, and until you've loosened that stone, and there you go. So put your stone aside. Some people do like to plant these to grow more avocados. You can certainly do that if you so choose to, but for now we're just going to put that aside. We're going to take one of our avocado halves, and we are going to get that spoon, get right under there until you've gotten the entire piece. And if it's a properly ripe avocado, it will just pop out like this. And then of course you do the same with the other half. And so now our next step will be to simply section out our avocado halves into little cubes. So you're just going to get your knife and you're simply going to start dividing that up into slices like so. And then we can turn this around like that, and then we can cut along the other side like so, and then you repeat the same for other half of the avocado. So at this point you probably want to convert your cubed up avocado into a bowl like this. I am using this cute little avocado shaped bowl that was gifted to me. You by any means do not need to use an avocado shaped bowl. A standard circular bowl will do just fine. So once you've got them in your bowl, we are then going to proceed to smash our avocado. So we simply start off by taking a fork like so and start smashing it down. I do like my avocado to be quite smooth, so I tend to kind of get it a little bit like a guacamole. But sometimes it is nice to have some choice, some chunks. So when we're all done, we're gonna have a texture that looks a little bit like this. So when you're at this point, you can literally put your smashed avocado to one side, and we'll go to our next step. So next step is we are simply going to divide our cherry tomatoes into quarters. So you start off by cutting them all in half, like so. And when that's all done, you're simply going to place that into a bowl and set that aside. And now for our lime juice. We are simply going to take our lime, and by the way, you do not have to completely use fresh lime juice for the purpose of this video. I'm going to do it. Normally, I myself use the bottled lime juice, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how to do it the fresh way, with taking the juice from a fresh lime. I don't use any fancy electronic equipment for juicing fruits. I use this very simple manual juicer that I got in the supermarket, and you can do the same method too. So we simply take our lime and we cut it in half. So just keep going until you have a perfect half. So we're only going to be using 1/2 of this lime, like that, because you don't need a lot of lime juice for this, and you really shouldn't use a lot, or your mixture is going to be too thin and runny, and it's not going to be as good. So we simply take our lime half and we place it on top of our juicer, and you literally just twist and squeeze until you get all of that juice in there. And after we do all that, we are left with this amount of lime juice. So at this stage, we can now actually start combining our ingredients. So we get our cherry tomatoes and we throw them in there, scoop them in with a spoon. And then I'll just show you. You can just start gently mixing them in, combining everything, so that you get a good sort of mishmash of colors between the green and the red. And then that is our tomatoes and our avocado combined together. Now we are going to start off with a little bit of salt and pepper. You want to make sure you don't use too much of this, particularly the salt, or it's just going to be too salty. So I'm going to go 1, 2. That should be enough. Then I'm going to get the pepper. You can be a little bit more generous with the pepper. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use that much. We're going to get our chili powder. Chili powder, you want to use a fair amount, but not too much. We're just going to overpower the whole thing. So my rule of thumb is to sprinkle the top so that you can definitely see those pieces of chili powder in there. And then I get our spoon and I lightly combine. So it's not too mixed, because you do want to taste those notes of chili in there. Absolutely you do. So then we're going to go for our lime juice, and you do not want to use too much of this, or it's just going to be a runny, goopy mess. So I'm going to get about a teaspoon. This is actually a 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, so let's see how we go with a 1/2 teaspoon. Let's see how that goes. I think that is a good consistency. I would not add more lime juice to that, or the mixture is just going to be too runny. So that's what we're working with, and that's really going to add to that flavor. This is making me so hungry. The next obvious step is to toast our bread. And so just like that, we go 1, in you go, and number 2, set our toaster to number 4 so it is nice and crispy just the way I like it, and then we put our lever down. Okay, I think that is going to just about do it for our toast. Let us just lightly take that out. Ooh yeah, it's got a slight goldenness. just the way I like it. Okay, okay. So next thing, I'm gonna take our cream cheese. As I said, you can use nut butter instead if you want to, or just a regular vegan butter or margarine. But anyway, let's just spread that on there. Like so. This just adds so much flavor. And then next thing we are going to do is, naturally enough, we are going to add on our smashed avocado mix. This lovely mixture of cherry tomatoes, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and that chili powder. So amazing. And we can be pretty generous with the amount that we put on, just so we get all of that flavor. And it is a really nice and simple snack to do if you work full time. You have access to like a canteen or something at your place of work. This is a good option. And so we are left with the perfect snack. You can have this as a breakfast or an early lunch, and if you don't mind, I am going to have some of this because this cooking is making me hungry. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Until next time, bye world. Thanks again for watching, everyone. As always, feel free to subscribe for more videos and check out some of my previous videos on this channel and also on my secondary channel, Keith's Universe. You are also most welcome to follow me on social media such as Blue Sky or Mastodon.